Picture this. You're cruising through international waters in the Caribbean, minding your own business, when suddenly two Venezuelan F-16 fighter jets come roaring overhead. That's exactly what happened to the American destroyer Jason Dunham just a few days ago on September 4th. And let me tell you, the Pentagon was not having it. They called this move highly provocative and basically told Venezuela to back off. But here's where things get really interesting. This wasn't just some random encounter. The U.S. has been quietly building up a massive force in the Caribbean, and I'm talking thousands of Marines, multiple warships, and enough firepower to make anyone think twice. So what's really going on here? Let me break it down for you, and trust me, by the end of this, you'll understand exactly why this little flyover has everyone on edge. Now, the Jason Dunham isn't just any old ship. This is an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, one of the most advanced warships in the world. These beasts are designed to handle pretty much anything you throw at them, from incoming missiles to enemy aircraft. The Venezuelan jets didn't cause any actual damage, but the message was crystal clear. We see you, we're watching, and we're not intimidated. But here's what makes this whole situation even more intense. The timing couldn't be more significant. The U.S. has recently ramped up their naval presence in the region with multiple ships, aircraft, and thousands of Marines conducting training exercises. So let's dive deeper and explore what Venezuela's F-16 can actually do, what kind of American firepower is now sitting in their backyard, and how Washington is responding to this bold move. Venezuela's F-16 story goes back to the 1980s when they purchased these fighters. We're talking about Block 15 versions here. The early models that, compared to today's cutting-edge F-16s, are basically the older cousins at the family reunion. They're lighter, less advanced, and don't pack the long-range punch that modern fighters bring to the table. But don't underestimate them. These jets are still fast, agile, and when they buzz your ship at close range, they definitely get your attention. Venezuela originally bought 24 of these aircraft, but here's the reality check. After decades of wear and tear, plus the nightmare of getting spare parts, only about a dozen are thought to be combat-ready today. The exact number fluctuates depending on maintenance issues, but we're looking at a small yet meaningful air force. When it comes to weapons, these F-16s typically carry short-range air-to-air missiles like Sidewinders or Israeli Python missiles. These are your classic dogfight weapons, designed for up-close and personal aerial combat, not for hitting targets hundreds of miles away. For ground attacks, they can load up with unguided bombs or rocket pods, but that means the pilot has to fly dangerously close to the target. There's little evidence that Venezuela has upgraded these jets with modern precision weapons or advanced targeting systems. Interestingly, Venezuela's most capable combat aircraft are actually Russian-made Su-30s, which are bigger and can carry heavier payloads, but there are fewer of them, and maintenance is always an issue. So the F-16s remain Venezuela's most visible symbol of air power, even though they're showing their age. After those Venezuelan F-16 made their statement near the Jason Dunham, the Pentagon wasted no time firing back with words that carried serious weight. They warned Caracas not to obscure, deter, or interfere with U.S. military operations in international waters. This language is carefully chosen. Washington is making it crystal clear that the American destroyer was operating legally in international waters, not trespassing in Venezuelan territory. But the U.S. response goes way beyond just stern warnings. They've moved additional fighter jets into Puerto Rico to provide extra air cover over the Caribbean, creating multiple layers of protection that would make any potential aggressor think long and hard before making another move. But here's where the story gets really fascinating. The American response isn't just about moving a few extra planes around. Over recent weeks, the United States has quietly but very deliberately positioned a formidable force throughout the Caribbean. We're talking about at least 7 American warships either in the area or close enough to respond rapidly. Among these are destroyers like the Jason Dunham herself and her sister ship Gravely. These Arleigh Burke-class destroyers are often called the backbone of the modern U.S. surface fleet, and for good reason. They can handle air defense, missile interception, land strikes, and escort duties all at the same time. What do you think about this massive show of force? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Also operating in the region is the cruiser Lake Erie, which recently transited through the Panama Canal to join this impressive buildup. Cruisers are becoming rarer in today's Navy, but they bring something special to the table. A massive load of long-range missiles and historically proven capabilities in naval air defense. Having a cruiser in the area sends a clear message that Washington wants multiple layers of protection ready in case tensions escalate further. There's also confirmation that a nuclear-powered submarine is prowling somewhere in the Caribbean waters. The U.S. never reveals exactly where their subs are operating, but their presence alone serves as a powerful reminder that undersea forces can appear anywhere, anytime, with devastating capabilities that are nearly impossible to track or counter. This invisible but significant element adds a whole new dimension to America's regional posture. One of the most impressive components of this deployment is the amphibious ready group centered around the ship Iwo Jima. The Iwo Jima is a massive flat-deck amphibious assault ship that from a distance looks remarkably similar to an aircraft carrier. Instead of high-speed fighter jets, it typically operates helicopters, tilt-rotor aircraft like the MV-22 Osprey, and sometimes vertical takeoff fighters depending on the specific mission requirements. Its primary purpose is to serve as a floating headquarters for hundreds of Marines who can be rapidly deployed to shore at a moment's notice. Working alongside Iwo Jima are the transport docks San Antonio and Fort Lauderdale. These specialized ships are purpose-built to transport Marines, landing craft, armored vehicles, and all the supplies needed for sustained operations. Operating as a coordinated team, these three vessels form a complete amphibious warfare package capable of projecting significant power from sea to land within hours. Together, these ships transport the 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit, an elite force comprising over 4,500 highly trained sailors and Marines. This Marine unit has earned its reputation for incredible flexibility. They can execute helicopter raids deep inland, secure vital beaches or ports, provide security for critical infrastructure, and even pivot to humanitarian disaster response when needed. They train specifically to transition between combat operations and humanitarian missions with minimal notice. The 22nd MEU operates with its own aviation squadron, ground combat battalion, and comprehensive logistics support, giving them the capability to function independently for extended periods. We've already seen evidence of their activities in the region. Marines from this unit have been photographed conducting flight operations, practicing amphibious landings, and running training exercises throughout southern Puerto Rico. This location choice is strategically brilliant, positioning them extremely close to the southern Caribbean where the Venezuelan F-16 encounter with Jason Dunham took place. The Marines aren't just training somewhere far away. They're rehearsing right next door to where tensions are running highest, ensuring they can respond immediately if the situation deteriorates. So let me paint the complete picture for you. Two Venezuelan F-16s made a bold statement by flying close to an American destroyer in Caribbean waters. While these aircraft are older models primarily limited to short-range operations, their symbolic impact shouldn't be underestimated. The United States, however, has responded with overwhelming force. Multiple advanced warships, thousands of combat-ready Marines, and comprehensive air cover now firmly established around Puerto Rico and throughout the southern Caribbean. This confrontation represents much more than a simple flyover incident. We're witnessing a complex game of signaling, deterrence, and regional power projection. As tensions continue building, both sides will keep sending increasingly clear messages. The critical question remains whether these demonstrations of military presence will remain just that, demonstrations, or whether they'll evolve into something far more serious and potentially dangerous. That's exactly why this incident has captured the attention of military analysts worldwide, and why we at Military Investigation will continue tracking every development. What's your take on this Caribbean showdown? Do you think Venezuela was justified in their response, or did they cross a line? How do you see this situation playing out? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Let's get a discussion going. And if you're hungry for more in-depth military analysis like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss our latest investigations. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video where we'll dive even deeper into global military developments.